how big the new Starship version 3 Starlinks are.
Uh-huh.
They are about, they're many, many times more powerful than the regular Starlinks that we have
Uh-huh.
up there right now.
Yeah.
And they're going to add like about 60 terabits per second.
They do so much more.
Yeah. And so, I forgot what it was, whether it puts 60 of them in a Starship, and it adds a huge amount of capacity to the network with every flight. They said that if Starship flew at the same cadence as the Falcon 9, like once every 2 days, in 34 days, they would replace the entire network capacity of the Starlink right now. So the amount of capacity that they can take up every single time is just off the scale.
Now it's going to transform everything in a short space of time.
Very short space of time. Anybody, anywhere on the planet will be able to have the same kind of service that we're getting right now on our phones here in the middle of Atlanta, you know? So that's going to be a big deal, you know? That's
huge deal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And of course, every 2 days, some Starlink satellites go up on the Falcon 9, so they just never slow down.
Look at that, yeah.
I think they've done about 1,800 of them so far for the year. So they just never slow down.
From the time you start, you just keep going and coming and going and coming, going instead of one flight a day, sometimes 2 flights a day.
Yes, they did that. On the opposite coasts, yeah, that is true. So they're up there. They're really up there now, and so everybody is excited for the next flight. So flight 13, because it was so accurate, pinpoint accuracy, where the ship landed, Elon says that the tower could have caught it. And so unless they find something in the data that they go through, flight 14, they're going to try and catch the ship. So that's going to be something, you know? And so they're still working on getting the ship back. Some folks say that there's evidence that they have already caught it, and they're moving at a speed of about 4 knots through the ocean back to shore. So we'll see what they find, and you know how that's gonna help. You know.
So when you say the shore, it means they're going to Australia?
Yeah, Western Australia is where they're going to, and they're gonna examine it. They're probably gonna just fly out a team and just have them look at it. So
that's right there. Yeah.
And OpenAI is coming out with a new family of AI software called Astra that is focused on being more agentic. In other words, you give it a task, and then it will just sit there and churn away at it for however many hours until it's finished. And they said they've already had good results with it because it's already solved many open problems in advanced mathematics that have been unsolved for many years. And so it's going to be a step forward. So that's what they're coming up with. We'll see how all the other AI companies answer, and we'll see how Grok answers too. So it comes out next week. So the new version of Grok for Grok 5. So we'll see. And it's this new AI model that's coming out, one mathematician was saying that he believes that many mathematical breakthroughs in the future are going to come from the AI and not from humans.
Yeah.
Because
You're going to work what principle? The 10 or the 12?
well, that I don't hear anybody talking about whether they're going to change from a base 10 system to a base 12 mathematical system. I don't hear any talk about that. I see some guys who study numerical theory talking about the fact that when they study numbers, they could see that base 12 fits with the pattern that numbers work. Yeah. So, but whether it'll be a big change, I don't know about that. And so
We'll see.
we'll see. You know.
Yeah.
And of course, we've got another version of Tesla full self-driving coming out. Well, they got to keep the
Yeah,
cadence.
well, there's no end to that, huh?
There's no end. They're constantly trying to get it better, and they said version 15 is the next big jump.
Oh, you're trying to perfect it.
They're trying to perfect it, and so from our experience right now, they're doing a great job, right?
Of course, yeah.
So if it gets better, maybe the parking lot handling will get better. I know
Yeah.
that needs to improve, and so
There's some minor situations that need to be corrected.
yeah, one of the things they said that needs to be corrected is driving in canyons, on canyon roads. So I don't know, maybe something about the lighting or so on affects it. I do know that the car is very affected by the way the lighting, so
I see.
they're gonna fix that. And as far as full self-driving goes, um, a team of drivers did the first end-to-end continental U.S. to Arctic Ocean drive on full self-driving using an 8-year-old Hardware 3 Model 3. So 12,057 miles of the total trip of 12,750 miles was done on full self-driving.
Oh.
So they just went all the way across the United States to the Arctic Ocean. And the car did all the driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is something.
So you put the car anywhere on the earth, and it can function.
It can function. You know, that was the goal. They're a general solution to driving on any planet.
Yeah.
So I think they've got it. You know, the only thing now is convenience items. Like, I prefer you park closer to the door, or I prefer further away, or stuff like that. Yeah, there we go. Another Cybertruck. So yeah, that is it. And another breakthrough that we had was in medicine, where researchers identified a 3-drug combination that nearly eliminates treatment-resistant acute myeloid leukemias in stem cells in the lab and mouse models. In other words, they can completely eliminate leukemia with a combination of 3 drugs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Oh my goodness, yes. And this other big one, the one that everybody loves, is they've done partial cellular reprogramming of a person's cells, and they've rewound the biological age of the human cells by nearly 30 years while preserving the cell's identity and restoring all the youthful repair functions. 30 years. It's been done. It's been done on the cellular level.
Yeah.
I think I want that.
Who wouldn't?
I want 30 years taken off of my age.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. That would be amazing, right?
Of course it would be.
Oh my goodness, that would be something. So, and another good one that I saw was scientists showed that magnetic waves can mimic the unusual quantum behavior of graphene's electrons. And what that means is that you get more energy efficient computers
Oh,
based on magnetic waves instead of electric currents.
wow. Yeah.
I don't know how it would work,
Huh.
but I would take it if it's faster and smarter.
Why not?
Why not? You know? Um, so yeah, they're going and going and going. They're not slowing down.
That's good.
That is very good. You know, that is excellent. Just think that even on a day like today, a Sunday, you know, more stuff is coming out.
You never stop.
They never stop. They never stop, Dad. So it's pretty cool. We'll see. On Tuesday, SpaceX will be reporting earnings.
Earnings call?
Yeah. This is their first one, very first
Oh.
earnings call. And so we've got two camps. One camp thinks, well, they're burning money like there's no tomorrow, and there's no chance they will have any kind of income. And then there's the other camp that's saying, no, with the business that they have now, renting out AI chips to these big companies, they should have plenty of income to show.
Yeah.
And so on Tuesday, we get to find out which one it will be. I know Brian has done all the legwork. Brian Wang of Next Big Future.
He is something else.
Yeah. So he has done a whole lot of the calculations and investigation to how fast they can grow, how much electricity that they have, which incidentally there's been a change in that.
Yeah.
So recently they were ordered to remove the 69 mobile turbines that they have at Colossus 2.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And they said, we're going to comply with it because we've finished building our 1.2 gigawatt power plant on the site.
I saw the purpose already. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
We don't need that anymore, really. We got, we're ready to move on to our next phase.
Yeah. And so apparently they bought that site because it was right next to an old decommissioned natural gas plant.
So convenient.
And so all they had to do was just go fill it with turbines and get it commissioned again. And boom, you have a whole 1.2 gigawatt natural gas plant. I mean, that's big enough to run a city. And it's right there right next to their complex. So they don't need all of those mobile turbines. That was just a stopgap measure. So now my question to you is, what do you think will happen to those 69 gas turbines that are perfectly capable of generating gigawatts worth of electricity?
Put them to use.
Yeah. That is exactly what I think will happen. You'd probably just move it across the water to Mississippi.
You just switch gears.
Switch gears.
Yeah.
So, because those mobile turbines were on the Tennessee side in Memphis.
Uh-huh.
That's where they were having all those trouble. They got sued.
People,
Yeah, because they said, hey, you're running without a permit. And which is legal. You have up to a year to get your permits to run a gas turbine. So, but either way, they're complying.
yeah.
But over on the other side of the street, which is Mississippi, it's literally like that. They have right across the street is the area where Macro Hard and Macro Harder and Colossus.
Yeah, would better serve them there.
There you go. So I'm going to bet that all those turbines are going across the street for the expansion that they're building. That would be my bet. I don't know for sure. I have to verify all of this. But knowing how this guy works,
you got them already.
You have it.
Yeah.
Massive amounts of electrical capacity. That's not going to be thrown away. Or
valuable. To give it to somebody else. They just gift. This time when electricity value. Oh God, it's temporary value, man.
Oh yeah, the value of electricity right now is off the scale. And one of the things Elon was saying in a recent interview is that there's a crunch, an electricity crunch that's going to be coming within 1 year, where they're going to have millions of chips that they can't turn on because there's not going to be enough electricity.
That's right.
So he's been preaching it for years. We're starting to see it, but he says it's going to really hit hard within a year, sometime next year. So I can't see him getting rid of any electrical capacity.
Yeah.
He's going to keep it, and he's going to beef it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be good. And the thing is, if you have the electric capacity, you can run the chips.
Yeah.
And he has the space to put the chips. And he's also building what he calls micro hard. Micro hard is a data center that's going to contain as many chips as a full-size data center like Colossus 2, 550,000 chips. But it's going to be 25% of the size, a quarter of the size of a normal data center. So that is going to be
micro hard.
Micro hard. Tiny. Tiny hard. And so that is going to be something else, honestly, because in my opinion, what that means is that your land usage will go way down, and that might give them more opportunities to go to other locations where they have power and put up these tiny data centers that are just as powerful as the big ones.
Yeah.
So that to me is a genius move right there. You know, that's next level. Okay.
Make a wider use of the area you have.
Exactly. So we'll see. It's either way, it's exciting to watch.
Yeah.
And to see how the whole story plays out. You know, that's my thing. I love seeing that. So
the guy knows the way of turning things around to suit him, man, to benefit him.
That is true. That is very true. He's got many decades of doing that. So we'll see. We'll see what comes of it, you know. And we'll go from there, you know. So like I said before, this guy at work says the key to using AI is you need to do nothing. You should never find yourself actually doing the work. Your job is just to tell the AI what to do,
Yeah.
point it to where it needs to go, and you need to let it do its job. And you'll be far, far more productive if you do that. It's because you tell it how to do what you want it to do. And when you're done, you tell it, save a document with all the steps and everything that you learned from doing this task so that you can do it again.
Yeah.
And then you never have to do that again. It doesn't have to figure out how.
Again.
It knows. The next time it wakes up and you ask for something similar, it'll just check its documentation and be like, okay, it's these 10 steps I need to do, and it'll do it.
That's right.
And so that you may take an hour or two to help it go through all the different commands and rabbit holes it needs to go down to figure out how to do the job. But when it's done and you tell it to save what it learned, it never has to do that again.
Oh.
And you only tell it to go do the job. And my problem when I started was I was still using it the old way, where I would ask for a tiny little piece of the job. How do I write this command? And he's like, no, you don't do that. You don't do how to nothing.
So you don't want to.
No, you're not.
No, you're not the one doing the work.
Exactly. If you're doing the work, you're doing it wrong. And so, and it turns out that the guys at the forefront of AI, the guys that are actually creating AIs, they said that they don't do the work anymore.
That's the key.
And they're much faster. They're 10 times, 100 times faster, because they just set up the systems for the AI to do the work, and for the AI to check the work that it did and make sure that it's correct. And you also tell it how to, if it's incorrect, to go back and start over again.
The productivity is
skyrockets. It is off the chain. It says they are shipping new features for their systems on a weekly basis, sometimes daily basis.
Right.
Because they're not doing the work. And if you're involved as a human, you're going at human speed. If you're not involved, you're going at machine speed. And machine speed is way faster. But there's a limitation to that, though, that I've found, is that some of what they're telling you to do, the really, really advanced stuff where you just have, teams of AI agents working together to do things, it's only suited to certain tasks that are super complicated.
You got to figure it out.
Yeah, but that's one of my next tasks to do, is to create a system like that will create some programs for me, because I have some ideas for some programs to do, and I want to do the whole thing with AI where I don't lift a finger. So that's going to be fun to do. I'm looking forward to that, But we're in a different age now. And now I can't go back, and neither are my coworkers. None of my coworkers want to work without AI anymore. They're like, it's no point.
You got them hooked.
Yeah, you've got them completely hooked.
Yeah.
They're completely hooked on it. They're totally hooked on it. And so we'll see. Yeah. All right, man.